I will be presenting you how to splice the diamond sock connector on the end of the 900 tight buffered. What we have here is let's say the new Fetal S179. I will be using the Fetal cleaver and the fix holder, which is a 500 right side, which is used for the 600 secondary coating and the 900 secondary coating. Here's just to show you the type of sock connectors we can splice on. We have the E2000, the SC, the ST and the FC, both in PC and APC version. Here we have a connector set for the F3000S and the F3000 with a protection cap, which is compatible to LC connectors. Here we have the closing, the body mounting tool, and what we did, let's say, develop is the new crocodile holder and the working stage where we mount it at the back of the splicer and we can close our crocodile fusion. Okay, I will now terminate an F3000 on a 900 tight buffered. So the first thing I do is I mount my working stage on the Fetal. There are 2 screws. Okay, and there you are. I am ready to start terminating. Just a quick word, this is the Fetal S179. It's a three-axis core alignment of the new generation, and I placed it on automatic. The machine itself recognizes if it's a single mode, if it's a G657 or a G652 and wherever, multi-mode and so on. So here we go. I of course never forget the boot on. In this case it was already on, and I will be stripping about, let's get about 30 millimeters. Let's get the micro coating away and just lean it there one moment. Good. Now we're going to get this as clean as possible. Okay, squeaky clean. We have a clean fiber. I place this on a 500 holder. This holder is valid for the 600 and 900 coating. It's got to stick out about 4 millimeters. I will now check here. This is very important. The fiber itself has to be about 1 millimeter behind the borderline of the rubber pad. So what I will do now is I will open it up, just pull it behind. There we have about 1 millimeter. Okay, we can see that clear. If not, the 900 is going to hit against the V groove and you will have a bad splice. Here we go. Okay, let's open this up. We're gonna get the pin in the back part of the fix holder, and now I will get my sock. This is a F3000 1,25 APC single mode. So what I do now is I just push it slightly. This has a spring inside all the way behind. Go down with a Alberino, and now it's blocked. It doesn't come out. So this goes in here. Okay, and I get that closed, and let's see what happens. That looks okay. And let's start splicing. The X and the Y axis are centered and the splice is carried out. We have a good value. We have a calculated EL loss of 0.3 dB. Okay, let's get that open up and make sure that is open. And of course now it's in traction because it made a traction test. I open that up. Just get that out here. Pull it slightly so I avoid breakage. Okay, I pull it slightly, I get that closed, and I gotta get the protection off the B adhesive, and here as well. So we have this small block which kinds of aligns with the two outer shells. Voila. Let's open this up, get this out the way. I gotta get this out by going behind, tilt it over, and I secure that it's nice and closed, the two outer shells. So now I get my body. I prepare my body F3000 body closing tool. Okay, here I have now a orientating cap. Now as I pulled it out, I see here is where I have the small groove. That's the top part. Now that orientating cap avoids disorientation. That goes inside. It's quite hard in a way. Okay, I will do the rest here. Okay, so that goes all the way behind, that goes inside like that, and I close it, and I'm sure it's correctly orientated. That I can chuck away. Let's put the protection cap to avoid dirt. Let's slip on the boot on, and there you are. The job is done. I will now show you how to splice a sock splice-on connector on the end of a cable with a loose tube fiber inside. We will be using the Fetal, the S179. This is an active core alignment of the new generation, and we will use the cleaver from the Fetal as well. What Diamond did develop is the new working stage. In this case, I dismantled the fiber version and I mounted the cable version. It's a working stage which is mounted on the back side of the Fetal. Here we have a cable holder for the loose tube, a spacer which goes underneath when placed on the splicer on the right side. We have a crocodile holder. There's a spring inside. We actually place it inside, and the spring then secures the crocodile from popping out. We have the body mounting tool for the E2000. at the end of the splice we have our crimping pliers for the sleeve. Cable version needs the sleeve and the supporting bush. We will be using the HEL Berino. It's the one where we place the B component glue. It's not the version with B adhesive tape. Here what you can do is place it in a syringe, use it, and then put it in an airtight plastic bag, and you can use it for a week. Store it in a fresh place. We'll now start off by mounting the working stage on the back of the splicer. There we have 2 screws, and this one goes like this. It's quite easy to mount. You need no special keys. There we are. Let's keep this open. For splicing loose tube, we have to deactivate. There's a special process. We deactivate the traction test, the tension test. Why this? We deactivate it because the traction test, when it's working, it kind of pulls out the fiber from the 900 coating, and then we have no place to close the outer shells. So we can start off by taking our HEL Berino. The HEL Berino, we will, once it's spliced, we will spread this B component adhesive around the fiber and partially on the 900, and then we close the outer shells. This goes into this crocodile holder. There's a spring. We go in at a certain angle. We press it all the way down in position, and then there are 2 small pins that avoid that it pops out. And this goes here on the left side. Okay. We will now start by putting the boot on, so we don't forget it. We have the crimping sleeve. The crimping sleeve has 2 diameters. The big diameter above, that it goes inside. The other way it doesn't go inside. So we want it to go like that so we can crimp it on the body. Now we strip about 55-60 millimeters. Okay, let's now, we got to put this small mini sleeve supporting bush. Why that? That's got to go inside. Okay, it goes all the way inside. Now let's just, with our fingers, we can just bring it all the way down. In case we go the other way around and we press it inside. Now this all goes on our cable loose tube holder. There we go, like that. Okay, now we just press it slightly. Let me just cut off, so I'll have about, voila. Now I've got to strip and leave 4 millimeters, huh? Okay, just make a check quickly. Yeah, I have 4 millimeters. Now I get the micro coating off. Okay, get that properly off, huh? Okay, it sees, looks good. We gotta get this properly cleaned. We know there is gel on the fiber, so let's get that properly cleaned, huh? Okay. Clean the secondary coating as well. That's where we're gonna have the glue spread around. Good. We're gonna get that cleaved now. Okay. And we put the spacer underneath. If we don't put the spacer, we will have the fiber somehow on the display not aligned. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Good, looks okay. So let's go for the splice. Good. We have a low IL loss, 0.01. So now when I open it, I have deactivated the traction test, so there's no traction going on, huh? And there's no risk that the fiber is being pulled out of the 900. I open up here. What I can do is just to, you know, avoid that glue goes all over my my jig. In the end, I just take off the sticky tape and I have my working stage clean, huh? Okay, now we start opening this up. I come out here. Okay, I now pull slightly. Close this. Okay. And I will have to now just straighten it a bit. I will now mix glue. We have to wait 3 minutes. I will do this side. There we go. The ratio 1:1. We get it mixed up. Okay. I will only put the glue after 3 minutes. You can use your cell phone with a timer. Why that? Because if I put on the glue now, it's you know, it creates like a drop and then falls. But after 3 minutes, it starts to get hard. And if you spread it around the fiber, it stays quite well. Okay, and now we will place the glue. We will spread it around the fiber. This is what happens after 3 minutes. It starts getting hard, which is easier to put on the fiber. I put it, let's say, halfway on the green here. You see, and a bit on the 900 here as well. Okay, and that stays. Important is here on the secondary coating. And now we're gonna close this. Okay, looks good. We can open up here now. We can get this out the way. Okay, let me just now get this out the way and just get a bit of the glue cleaned off the alberino. Okay, if it's a bit squeezed I can. Okay, that moves inside freely. Yes, okay. So now we got to mount the body. Okay. Without the lever. Goes inside like this. That comes out. There the groove is direction top or lever. It goes inside. Okay, I can actually help it click. Good, there we go. Now I can cut my Kevlar to size. Okay, good. And we're going to crimp the sleeve. Okay, let's just get this a bit shorter. There you go. Good. Now we're going to get this crimped. Just one moment. Okay, so number one. Okay, now I actually crimped it on the body. Now I've got a crimp here. This is a 2,9, so I've got to do it 2 times. 1. You can slightly turn it, and now, okay, and there it's done, huh? Perfect. There we put the lever on now. With a fiber version, you can leave the lever on the body, but here has to be taken out. Now we put, and there you have your E2000. I will present to you now how to terminate a sock on the end of a loose tube fiber. A loose tube fiber, we know that we have the fiber moving very easily in the tube. So for this we need a special process, which this means we use the HE Alberino. It's the one without the B adhesive tape, and in the end of the splice we spalm a 2-component adhesive around the fiber, and then we close the 2 outer shells and the job is done. The reason as well of using the B adhesive is that this 900 is plastic, and if we use the B adhesive tape version, it doesn't hold as well as the adhesive, the 2 components which we spalm around the fiber. What we have here now is we need the Alberino holder. We have a loose tube for fiber and cable. We have a spacer which goes underneath, and in this case we will terminate a E2000 connector. Okay, what we have to do here, we have the working stage which is already mounted on the splicer. we leave it on automatic. We will go and we will deactivate the traction test, tension test. Why that? Let me just save this. Why that? So it doesn't carry out the traction test and pull the fiber out of my 900. We can start now. What I will do is I will just get the dustbin over here. We'll strip about 25-30 mil. Now we have, okay, the micro coating. Yeah, it seems like it's all the way out. We take a bit of alcohol. And this is placed in the holder, less than 4 millimeters. Okay, I will just slightly close now. We place on the cleaver, and here I can maybe come forward another 0.5 millimeter. Okay, so it's going to be from the border of the rubber pad about 1 millimeter before. Take this out. I will press it now. Okay, so that it kind of blocks the fiber from moving inside. And here we go. Let me carry out the cleave. This goes inside. Okay, I will now take my Alberino. This is the HE. It has no adhesive tape. This goes inside, and here we place it like this. Now we can just take a look if, okay, we've got to slightly correct it. That means the spacer goes in on the right side, and now it should be okay. Okay, I see the two cleaves are good. Let me carry out my my splice. Okay, I have a good EL calculated. Now when I open up, it doesn't carry out the traction test. So what I do is I open it up here and slightly keep it pulled towards the right side. Okay, I've got to open this now, and voila, we do it like this. Now I will mix the glue. So let's say 50-50. You can use your timer on your on your iPhone. 3 minutes, and it starts becoming hard. At that moment, we spread it around the fiber, because if you do that now, it kind of makes a drop and the drop falls down. So let's wait 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, now we've waited 3 minutes. The glue is starting to get slightly hard. What I did do is I put a piece of sticky tape there, so that if that gets dirty, in the end I will take the sticky tape and my working stage remains clean. So let's start putting the glue on top. Okay, now it goes on the fiber. I put it a bit on the 900 as well, which is very important. And there you go. Or a bit on this side here, 900. Okay, and now I close this. I use a tweezers, and I can open up here, take this out, and just get this cleaned off. Have a bit of glue there. Okay, So this now, in 10 minutes, is going to be almost fully polymerized, and you will have a better holding of the, better bonding of the fiber and coating to the alberino. So now, place this inside, we pull this out, the groove is going to be on the top, that goes inside, keep the groove always on the top. You cannot make a mistake here as in the F3000, voila, okay, and there you are. I will now just slip the boot on and my job is done.